Do you watch a lot of okay, well, hold on. Untitled, unfocused. I'm Tyler, this is Raymond. I didn't hear what you said there.
That does
No.
not come through. Hey, what's up?
Oh, got
Hello?
it, yeah.
Hey, okay. Little mic right here. Hello, Mr. President.
You find us on wherever you get podcasts or on YouTube. Make sure to like it, that sort of thing, subscribe,
Bill.
hit the bell if you're on YouTube, and just, wherever you listen to it, make sure to share it. Make sure to share it.
I'm gonna clip that myself. Actually, of me hitting the bell.
You're gonna clip it? You're gonna make it
I'm
a
gonna clip
GIF?
it myself.
So I wanted to get through the intro because I had a question, but I forgot the question. So now
7 views on Nausicaa.
so now it's 7 views on Oscar. That was good.
I'm just trying to read track of your mind right now.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, right. Okay. So my question was gonna be, we're gonna talk about Porco Rosso today, but
Of course, yeah, we are.
um, I was gonna say, do you watch a lot of TV? And I stopped myself because I know you don't watch a whole lot of TV, right? Remember, is that what you told me before?
Don't. Okay, so like recently, I think if I'm on TV right now, I'm watching the news
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. I do watch now. CC, I got my I like Hotel Impossible.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know the networks. Let me read. Discovery sometimes.
Sure.
Nat Geo sometimes.
Sure.
Food Network is usually a bop.
Oh yeah, Food Network's dope.
Now I don't know what the other network they have that's going to be for Hotel or Impossible or Restaurant Impossible. No network for that. Travel Channel is sometimes a bop.
Travel, yeah.
It depends on what show is airing. Like, to be honest, that's just it. And they don't show reruns of Anthony Bourdain now, so it's like rip, dude.
What about History Channel?
History Channel, I will tune into History Channel once in a while, but I think Discovery and Nat Geo usually. History depends on what's showing, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if Expeditions Unknown is on, I'll be like, okay, I'll tune into this, I guess. Real specific.
So, my real question was gonna be, because I was talking about the Subway thing. Do you come in contact with a lot of commercials?
Don't think I've seen a lot of Subway ads. I'll say shout out Subway. No, I haven't seen any ads for Subway
Okay.
recently that I can remember. I see Allstate ads,
Oh, sure, yeah.
State Farm, the classics,
Mm-hmm.
local ads. Obviously, our area we got the Fusillo huge ads.
Did you see they replaced the Jake from State Farm guy?
Yes, they have, but they
Yeah.
replaced him. But then Jake from State Farm is still in the full
Yeah,
commercial.
yeah, he's still there. He's at the very end.
He's at the very end. It's like every time, dude. It's like khakis. Why are they asking these questions?
It's crazy.
Red shirt khakis, man. So I thought that was a really fun twist they did on it. They kept the entire scene and they just filmed just that little thing just to add on.
Yeah. It was like passing it down,
Progressive ad is also on point.
Progressive.
Liberty
yeah.
Mutual. Begin those Liberty Mutual ads.
Mm.
Limu, Emu, and Doug.
I was just wondering because in this new age of media that we have with streaming, you don't come in contact with a lot of commercials.
The AT&T girl ads.
Oh yeah, I heard that the one girl came back where she's like in commercials again. Where like for a while she wasn't. It's just like random stuff.
AT&T, yeah, she's in. She has like her own like quarantine ad where she's at home, like
Yeah.
SpongeBob with like use napkin and chip.
Yep.
Is that an episode that we're doing, or no? Are we not doing that one?
It's. I don't think it is. I don't think it's in the first season.
Okay, so it may be like season 2 or season 3, so that's fine.
Yeah, because I was. I don't know why. It might have been when I was watching the episodes. I was thinking of other episodes in my mind, right? Just that's what happens. And there were some episodes I was thinking of, and I was like, "Oh, those must not be season 1 because we would definitely be covering them."
Like again, like one of my favorites is the pie episode.
The pie one, yeah, the pie one's classic.
That's not season 1 though. I don't think so.
Yeah, there's also the you just said the pie episode, the hibernation episode.
Of course.
When where they're stuck, can't be that either. So yeah, man, Porco Rosso. Would you What do you think of it?
I like it. It gets the Raymond Gold seal of approval, but that's really easy for most Ghibli films to actually get. It's not really hard. You got good
Yeah.
animation, check. You got interesting characters, check. I mean that's really it. I mean,
Mm,
the story's followable, yeah. It sort of devolves at the end, but in a way that makes sense and doesn't feel off.
mm. How would you what do you mean by that?
Well, like it's more of subverting your expectation. You're like, oh, they're gonna have this really cool like dog fight, that's gonna be like, and then like they just fist fight it, and it's like, wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah. Yeah, I
odd.
mean, yeah, yeah, 'cause yeah, it does kind of fall apart there, but, like, not in a bad way. Yeah, um because, yeah, they're both fighting for some they're almost both fighting for the same thing, but in their own ways,
Mhm,
with, Porco
mhm.
trying I don't know, he he really is the best part of this movie, I think, because 'cause I was thinking about it where, compared to all the other movies and Ghibli and stuff, he's, like, not very typical. He's not a very typical protagonist,
It's
you
very
know?
chill and lax.
Yeah, and, like, he's a good guy, but he's, for the most part, he's very selfish, right? Where he doesn't really he doesn't have a lot of people that he cares about,
It's really weird to
and
say selfish, but it's like selfish in like a weird statement where he's still a selfless person.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean, he's a bounty hunter, right? So
Mhm.
that's good, I guess, and we see him I mean, it opens up with him saving, those kids from the pirates, right? But, I don't know, he's just a loner, I guess, and, like, there are people I mean, what's that, the one girl's name who's at the bar, or the restaurant or whatever?
Is that Gina?
Like, yeah, yeah, I guess, I don't know,
I think it's
where
Gina.
she's trying to, like, be cool with him and stuff, and he's just like, "Ah, whatever." He's just going out living on a living on an
Also, she has
island
a
all by
sad life, dude.
himself.
3 of her husbands died in airplanes,
Yeah, I know.
and she's out here crushing on Porco.
Yeah. I mean, Porco's cool, you know?
And she knew him since he was little. I mean, there you like,
Yeah. I mean,
you know how it is with anime childhood friends. Anyway,
yeah.
except I think
Um,
she wins. Does Gina win? I think she does.
so, yeah, that was actually one of the questions I had, right, where I feel like the ending is very ambiguous because the ending is just like a montage almost with the younger girl, the, like, prodigy,
Mhm,
her, like, monologuing over it, right?
mhm.
And she says something like, because she's, like, going through each character and like, "Oh, this is what this person did, this is what this person did," and then she rests on Gina, and she's like, "Oh, and after that, it was all great, and she's still here and everything," and then she does say the thing where she's talking about her relationship with Porco, and she's just
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that's, like, our little secret or whatever," and so she never actually tells us what happened with Porco or Gina or if Porco ever came back or, like, if he turned himself in or something.
Yeah, I had to look it up, dude, just so I can find out what that ending was. Just a
Yeah.
little more resolve. What I got was apparently there's a clip, and I have to go through the movie and see where you see the plane by the terrace of the garden.
Mhm.
You see like by the terrace, I guess, and see like parked
Yeah.
out,
Mhm.
and then you do see the plane fly away, and like when the credit scene. So it's like, okay, so you can assume Porco's still alive and that he goes to visit Gina.
Okay. Yeah. Where were where was Gina? I have to look up these characters' names. Where was she and the young mechanic girl going at the end of the fight? Where were they heading off
Were they
to?
going back to Italy or were they just going back to the bar? I think they were just going back to the bar
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's a safe place.
and because the young girl, she was talking about it, about how she was, like, living with her for a
Mhm.
while, and then after, like it was some crazy amount of time, like 2 years or something, she was like, "After 2 years, I finally went back to Italy and, like, with my" was it her dad, right? Her
Her
grandfather?
grandfather, or it was
Grand
it was an uncle,
uncle
right?
maybe?
Uncle,
Yeah,
uncle.
and I remember that because that seems like a really long time to not go back there. I mean,
I mean,
she's
like,
not
so
a
like
criminal.
what we got was that like it's World War II, right? World War II, the Adriatic
Yeah,
Sea.
sure, yeah.
So like, if we're gonna assume like 2 years are going on, like right now in like Germany, maybe in Italy, not so good.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they don't really like date it, but they say definitely World War II,
Yeah.
Adriatic Sea. They're doing their thing. So you can assume like something happens. I mean, like there's a reason why she's there for two, or maybe like Gina's teaching her certain stuff.
Mhm.
Maybe not like obviously related to like engineering, the airplanes, but instead like what she does at the club, the bar.
And, like, I'm sure her uncle or whatever is, like, fine with that. I mean, she seems like a good person, a very strong person.
It's not like she's weak at all. She's like willing. She like again, she has her own knows Morse code, able to decipher like hidden messages and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like she has her own wits about her. She's definitely not like a helpless woman. She's like just like this like damsel who's like working at the bar. You know what I mean? She's
Mhm.
clearly very independent. They don't tell you that; they just show you it.
I also really the whole reason that that dogfight went that way was because Porco refused to shoot him.
Yeah.
He just didn't wanna do it. Or,
And then when
like,
he
he
finally was going to, like, you do the shot.
yeah, it jammed or whatever.
Yeah.
And and then they were just throwing stuff at each other. Like, this isn't gonna solve anything.
Very, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Mm,
Again, so it's fun, not super realistic. It has its like hint, like oh, like there's magic because like there's this witch that cursed him. Don't get any resolution off that.
mm,
You can assume he still looks like a pig at the end of the movie. It's just that like for some reason the American, I forget his name, was it
yeah,
Donald?
John or
Donald,
something, I don't know.
whatever his name was. And then the girl were the only ones to see his face after the transformation.
Yeah. It was Donald, and then
Are you looking
Gina,
for Gina?
and then,
What's her name?
uh, what it only shows, like, 6 characters on Wikipedia. What are we doing here? There's way more characters than that.
I mean, like again, like to go on again. Porco's not a bad guy. Again, he's very selfless in a selfish way. Selfless to be selfish. Like he
Yeah.
gets the bounty to save the children. Decides to split the bounty with the other pirates, so they can go on their way. Get their
Theo.
repairs done. Theo's her name. Thank you.
Yeah. And it is granddaughter.
It is granddaughter.
Yeah.
There we go. Confirmed. Not uncle. Granddaughter. She's talented though.
Like, I like how different this one is, right? Because like, when you think of Ghibli, you think of, we always talk about it, how it's a mixture of, like, a real story, but it's always, like, huge
With the
some sort of
fantasy element.
fantasy elements.
Very minor
Whereas
fantasy in this one. Very minor.
yeah, whereas this one is mostly just a story they could tell without any fantasy, but then they do have that little thing where he turned to a pig for some reason, and I think that adds to his kind of, like,
Mystery.
outcast or mystery too, yeah.
Yeah.
How, why he's all alone and why, um I don't know, I guess probably just adds to his hard life, right?
Mm-hmm. It also makes it very easy for people to identify him.
Yeah, that's true.
Big guy, get him.
Yeah. Um, I had another question too, but I forgot it. It wasn't about the ending. Um,
Porco's mustache, it's 10 out of 10, obviously.
whose?
Porco's mustache, 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
Rocking it, dude.
Oh, no, so it is kind of about the ending, right? So you say that you think he was still a pig after everything. You don't think that that, like, cured it?
No. Maybe,
Because he
maybe it was the kiss, but I mean,
yeah, because I assume that that was kind of foreshadowed or not foreshadowing, that that was foreshadowed by when Theo saw it, when she was trying to sleep or whatever,
mhm.
that had something to do with it. Because obviously it's magic. Again, that's, like, the only magic element in the entire movie is him being a pig, and then she kisses him at the end, and it's like, "Oh, man, his face is different." and then we
We've
and then we
already
never
seen
see it
his
again after
face.
that.
I mean, the only reason why I say it is because we've already seen his face, at least the viewer. So there's no reason for them to hide that from us unless he was still a pig. Or would there still? It doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, I mean, even though we didn't see what was his name, Donald? Even though we don't see Donald, we don't see what Donald sees, like, we know that
We
it's
assume Donald
different.
saw his face
Yeah, I
because
mean,
his
because he
statue is
says
on.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, your face," and he's like, "Ah, what are you talking about?" And he leaves him in the water.
I'm talking about like after that though. So like post that, we can
Okay,
assume that it's just not his normal face. It's him being a pig.
okay,
Only because he's still wanted by that point. I don't think like anything has gone down right there. And I think
sure.
assume he's still visiting Gina. If he did get his normal face back, that'd be very tough for people to identify him. So maybe he'd be more open about traveling places, less covert.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But I mean, I can't tell you the
Do you
story's
think
written.
do you think people know, like, how
There's only the other person who knows is that other guy in the Italian army who knows his actual face, other than the
yeah.
other people we've
Oh,
mentioned.
yeah, like, his, like, old friend or whatever.
Yeah,
'Cause, yeah, I'm trying to think back to because
it's
remember
it's
when
those four people who only know his face.
because when do you remember it was, like, towards the beginning of the movie where, he was upstairs, he was eating by himself, and then Gina came in or whatever, and they're talking about the photo that she has hung up, and he, like,
Yeah.
scratched out his face. He's like, "Oh, it's the last photo of your face," or whatever. I'm trying to think back of how young I think he was in that photo and, like, how long it's been.
To have been at least he was in like the First World War, at
Yeah, the
least.
first one, right?
Yeah, and they even showed like his flashback when he was in the war.
How much time separates the 2 wars?
Not that much. I mean, I say not that much, but it can't be like ridiculously long.
10 years? Isn't, like, 30 30s to 40, something like that?
So 18. So it has to be like
18.
to 39, whatever,
Okay, so that's, like, 20
20
20
years.
years?
And that
Okay.
makes sense. That makes sense. Like, you got them in their youth, like in their young 20s,
Yeah.
heading into war. And then you have them now, like middle age,
Do we ever do we know No, we don't,
maybe
never
even
mind.
younger than that, honestly. They may be like in their high teens, like
Yeah.
16 and like whatever.
I was gonna ask if we know how or why he got turned into a pig, but obviously we don't. It was some, like, curse or whatever. Why does he despise fighting for his country so much? Because there was multiple times where someone said something. I mean, there was when he was collecting his money, and the dude was like, "Oh, maybe you should fight. Like, you're good with this plane." And he was like, "Oh, I only fight for myself." And then there was the other time where he went to collect his like gun, his like new gun for his plane with like
Mm-hmm.
the dude and the kid like in the basement or whatever. And they were talking about, oh, there's like people outside in the army or whatever. And he was like, oh, I'm a pig. That's not my war. I'll just take my gun and leave.
Mm-hmm. And like he even like refuses when his friend comes back to see him. It's like we could use someone like you
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the movie theater,
And
and he's like, no. Mm-hmm.
so
I
like, do
think
we?
they do show that in the flashback. I think he doesn't want to see the people die again.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, he does a very peaceful way of doing things. I mean, honest. Let's be honest. Like we've seen how he does things. Like now, at least, doesn't he tries to have zero casualties.
Hmm.
In the
Yeah,
flashback, everyone it was a huge dogfight. It was harsh, dude.
yeah. I never thought of it like that because yeah, that has to be the reason as to why he won't shoot a person, he'll only shoot the plane. Is like he's either seen a bunch of people die or he might have killed someone, and he feels like he has like he feels terrible about it. He never wants to do something like that again. Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was really funny when they were going to build the plane, or like, were they building him a new plane or were they just fixing his?
I think they took parts of it out and then just like repaired it as well as refurnished it.
Okay.
They definitely
Um,
changed a lot of things. So I think they kept the frame for the most part the same.
yeah. That's quick sidebar. Um, do you think that's the plane that he flew in the war? Do we know that or not? because
What
he
we've
has a really
gotten,
strong attachment.
it is an experimental plane that was never supposed to fly.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
So I don't think it would have been a military plane, if
Probably
anything.
not. Yeah. Um,
Unless it
I thought
was
it was
like a
funny.
secret, like like thing they're working on, and he just took it.
Yeah,
Not
because
really about it.
yeah, because they wanted to make more of them, but after they made the one, they were like, "Nah, it's too dangerous" or whatever, so that they stopped it.
Mhm.
Um, I thought it was funny when they were doing that when they were fixing the plane, and dude over here, the grandfather was like, "Oh yeah, I got my team. Team's gonna come in. We're gonna fix the plane for you. It's all good." And it was just all women. All of his
Yeah,
sons and cousins and uncles and stuff like that were
they're
not
in the
there.
war.
Yeah,
They're
and it
on
was
the war.
like, yeah, like oh, a very clear reason as to why they're not here.
And
But they
he's
all
not in the
did the
war 'cause he's
job.
old. He's old. He can't be in the war.
Yeah,
He has all like his like other family members helping him, and they're good. I mean, they got a
yeah,
good race.
building planes is in their blood.
I saw that production line, and I'm like, this is operation that I
Yeah,
love to see.
yeah,
Dude, they know how to work with the wood and everything, and I'm like,
it's
this is great.
crazy. Mm.
And Grandma's a savage.
Yeah, she is. When they were trying to get out of here because they were being chased, and they went into like the little barn with the plane and they were going to leave, and the one grandmother was like, "Oh my god, there's police out back, there's police out front. This is so exciting." And I was like, "This, you guys need to calm down. We're in real danger."
But they're not in danger. They don't know that he's more in danger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. But Porco was like, I live for danger.
Danger is his middle name.
Porco Danger Rosso.
Yeah,
The moment he realized his name was actually Marco, so it was like Marco Rosso probably. So you
yeah.
never know. You don't know what his last name actually was. Call him Porco Rosso.
One of the best characters was the one pirate, the like leader pirate.
Yeah.
He was great because like
He had too much sauce over his actual men.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He just wanted to be a real pirate, and his men were just like way too soft. Like when they were trying to capture the kids, and they were like super nice to him, and they were like letting him just like crawl around the plane. And
This one who
but
said we gotta take all 15 of them, they'll be lonely.
yeah, yeah, we gotta take all of them. We can't separate them from their friends. Um,
The
and when they
considerate pirate. I'm
yeah,
not gonna take one of you hostage. I gotta take all of you hostage.
hmm
Just so you all are aware of what's happening.
yeah. If you know the severity of it, all the stakes, right?
I don't want one of you to be here and have all 14 of you chilling.
hmm
I'd have all 15 of you here so you all know what's happening.
The kids were also like making fun of them as they were in the dogfight with Porco. It's like, oh wow, you sure are missing a lot. It's like,
And
listen,
like,
you
yo, they were next to the machine gun, and then like, it's like, how are you gonna shoot, dude? You have two kids next to you.
he had the shot too. He had the
Yeah,
shot, and then one of them, then they moved and it jerked the wheel. Those guys are the real heroes. Because listen, 15 minutes in, movie could have been over. You know? Yeah.
we're going.
Um,
They clipped his wings, dude.
they did. Yeah. I thought it was funny, and I don't know if it was supposed to be satirical or if it was just like um how Americans are viewed, right? But almost every time Donald was on screen, I thought it was really funny. Just like his accent was like super like Texas. And well, I think in the movie he was supposed to be from Texas, right? Um, but like basically his whole character was that he falls in love way too quickly with
Mhm.
just random people, you know? And I thought that was
Oh
really
yeah,
funny.
you watched the dub. I watched the sub, so I was trying to figure out what's happening. I got this now, under control.
Oh, oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is how I
Um,
find out.
oh, with the whole accent thing. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
get it. Yeah, so yeah, he had a very Texas accent where I was like, this is a little bit of a caricature. Um, yeah, how he just falls in love with and, like, that's basically his character, is that he fell in love with Gina after not knowing her, after just looking at her, and that caused problems, and then he fell in love
Let me do a quick Google search
Theo
real quick.
and it was like, "This is weird." And then they had a really nice conversation about it too, where they're like how, like, love is different over here. Not everything is a movie, you know? What are you searching up?
I was just trying to see if like he was supposed to be like somewhat like sent about Reagan.
Oh,
I was
okay.
unsure.
When was this movie made? Wasn't this, like, early 2000? Nope, not even close. 92. 'Cause, yeah, when what was, yeah, 'cause Valley of the Wind was, like, 89. I think this was the one right after Valley of the Wind.
I mean, I thought it was like a callback to Reagan with him because like a guy who wants to be like a movie star who's gonna be the president.
That was a really sharp turn too, where he was like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna come back and come back with me. I'm gonna be president," and she just laughed at him. He never did become president, though, 'cause I think at the end of the montage, he was like a movie poster. So he did become an actor, but was mm, so he was an actor the whole time, wasn't he? And, like, that's how
No,
he
he
got
was gonna
famous?
go back to be. He got a role. I think. I don't know if it was
Oh,
an actor
okay.
time. He got a role and he was gonna go act in there.
Right, 'cause he was famous for his, like, playing skills, right?
Yeah, he was one of the fastest flyers.
Right. You know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of, hmm, what's his name? Who's the dinosaur guy from JoJo's?
Dio
Yeah,
Brando.
he reminded me of Dio. Just 'cause, like, famous in, like, another country, like, world famous, really good, but then also, like, he just has, uh, like, an energy about him, you know what I mean?
Mhm. I gotta stress
Reminded
right
me of
now. It's
Dio.
part seven Dio. Anyone
Yeah, part
watching this is gonna
7,
be
yeah.
everyone's gonna be confused. They're like what the Dio's in part one and part three. I don't know what you're talking about. This is part seven Dio we're talking about.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, "What do you mean Dio's in part seven?"
Mhm.
And then that's a different. I opened up a different thing right there for you, you fools who just did that.
I mean, this movie for me, I was way more excited to rewatch than Valley of the Wind because I feel like I mean, it's kind of stuff I already talked about, but Valley of the Wind just seems more, like, in line with what Ghibli puts out.
This is very much different. I appreciate the different. It feels good.
Yeah.
It's a clean taste. I'm more, I guess, again, as you said, not really fantasy driven, but a more like historical slice of life sort of driven film.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Because yeah, like we were saying, like, when you think about Ghibli, you think of, like, Totoro or Mononoke or, Howl's Castle, and it's like 10 minutes in, this is fantasy now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And with this one, it's just a regular story with dude who just happens to be a pig, you know, we don't really have to talk about it. It's just a thing that exists. Um, and I just think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss it up and say it's a great movie.
I would say it's probably, like, top like, B tier in terms of Ghibli for me.
It's refreshing. I don't know. It's really hard to rate Ghibli films because they're all so good.
Yeah. Where would you, how does this compete with your new number 1 that we were
Nausicaa,
yeah,
Nausicaa's an epic. You cannot compare the two, really.
okay. It's like
I mean, you
comparing
can,
never
but
mind.
like, it's not fair. Really, they're different genres entirely.
Yeah.
They try
Yeah,
different goals.
they are 2 different. I see that.
Nausicaa, in my opinion, I think Nausicaa's a really sci-fi driven type of like movie, sci-fi. Uh,
Post-apocalyptic type stuff.
Sci-fi, post-apocalyptic. One more word I was looking for that I'm dropping on my head, but
Fantasy.
not fantasy. Well,
Thriller.
science fantasy's in sci-fi.
Is it? Yeah, it is, yeah.
Science fiction, science fantasy.
Fantasy
But
sci-fi is the same thing.
it really is just reskinned. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be honest. Sci-fi,
Cyberpunk. It's all the same.
not cyberpunk's different, but
Steampunk.
steampunk. This movie, sci-fi steampunk. Yeah, I'll put the steam. I'll slap a steampunk on this one. Just a bit,
Yeah.
but that's not the
So
word I'm
yeah,
looking for. It's fine. We'll ignore
yeah,
it.
whatever. And this is actually interesting because what we're doing, right? So this week Porco Rosso, last week Valley of the Wind, right?
Two heavy hitters. They're pretty good.
Our next 3 weeks now, um, is
Happy Hill, Wind Rises, and
uh
Castle Cagliostro.
yeah, which is funny because this is a very like non-typical Ghibli run where if we were just gonna do like the most popular ones, we probably wouldn't pick any of these five.
We would not. We would pick
Yeah,
again. We'd pick. Well, Nausicaa could stay potentially.
I don't know.
It's like Nausicaa could only because it's such an older movie for set
Sure.
standards. Again, Spirited Away, Howls, like
Yep,
classic.
yep.
Totoro, you gotta throw in just cause.
Mononoke,
Mononoke.
Ponyo.
Uh, Ponyo.
Yep.
Ponyo. Like some people aren't with Ponyo like us, but I mean, because more modern. But I'd always
Sure, yeah.
toss in Ponyo personally.
Mhm.
From there, it's debate then on what you really want to run.
Kiki's, come on.
Kiki's okay. We'll slap
Yeah, come
Kiki's
on.
on there. Kiki's not bad. Castle in the Sky if you really want it.
Yeah, Castle, yeah. I feel like Castle in the Sky is kind of like in the same ballpark as Nausicaa in terms of like uh what regular people perceive Ghibli to be.
Castle in the Sky is a different level of good too. They're
Yeah.
all like
Mm.
Nausicaa hits with me because it has a more of an epic feel.
Mhm.
A story of nations warring and all that stuff. A little politics in there, but not really too
Mhm.
political. It's enough politics to get it going, and you have an idea of what the motivations of each character are, but enough to keep you in mystery as you're not still certain of what they may do with certain information.
Mhm.
Works.
I can't believe at the end. No, I guess I can. Whatever.
But they Chekhov gunned it. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'll just say that I was, after all that, after him learning about Gina's feelings, him still brushing her off, but then like there's like an unspoken between them after that, and she kind of smiled.
You're
You,
gonna visit me in
yeah,
my
you
garden.
silly guy. Yeah,
You just can't tell anyone. What a nice guy.
I would say earlier, three or our last three, however you want to look at it, are all very normal. They don't really have a whole lot of sci-fi in them.
Yeah, they're all Up on Poppy Hill and Wind Rises are probably again more and more grounded in reality
Yeah,
stories. And
yeah,
then Castle Cagliostro is going to be one of those nice Lupin movies
yeah,
to hype us up for the new Lupin movie.
yeah. That's true. Yeah,
So did that come out? Like legitimately, now I gotta look it up.
I think it
What?
did because I think we looked it up last time because I think that was gonna be one of the movies that we added to just like our list before we had this whole thing.
Yeah, I know that we want to watch this Lupin. First of all, the animation's too clean. Okay, let's just be honest.
Yeah,
The first
yeah, the first.
2019 movie. Did it actually cop already?
Yeah, I think it came out.
6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. I mean, with this animation, maybe the story is kind of bad, but
This
you know what I gotta
animation.
say?
I feel like I don't remember people talking like bad about it.
It may
You know
be
what I
the
mean?
hardcore Lupin fans. You never know.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't feel like the audience is large enough for this movie. But
Yeah, probably not.
yeah, is it subbed yet? Raymond says he's looking up. Lupin. I. The first.
Are you trying to look at if it came out or not?
Yeah, on DVD. It came out in 2019.
I mean, I don't know if it. Yeah, I don't know if it came out on physical. I mean, I assume it's definitely out on digital. All I gotta do is download it, buy a blank CD. There you go. You gotta find a computer with a DVD drive though.
Okay, it is. Is it subbed?
I imagine it's both. It's got to be both.
It's dubbed yet.
Okay,
Okay, it is subbed. I'm not sure about dubbed though. So it's out.
nice.
But it's definitely on the list. Slap it right there.
Yeah,
Oh, they want me to edit the list? Fine, I'll edit the list for them. Gosh, they always like
I,
to.
mean, I don't have it up, so I'm not doing it.
It's gonna be in the essential anime movie list. We're gonna put Lupin.
All right, so I think that's it for Porco Rosso, right? Unless you have any other you know,
It was a slapper,
stuff.
dude.
It was good. It was definitely good. It was definitely up there. It deserves its respect. That's all I have to say.
I definitely enjoyed the movie,
Yeah.
and I thought it was a
So
nice taste
yeah,
of what Ghibli has
excited
to offer.
excited for next week. We're doing Poppy Hill, so that's cool. And
I'll edit the list afterwards, you know.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But I'll keep right now as a docket that we have, and then I'll change it later.
Mm. So yeah, so Tyler Unfocused next week, Poppy Hill. Make sure to subscribe, download, share, all that stuff. Tyler, Raymond. Um, yeah. Till next time. That's it. Ray's doing his thing. I don't know.
That's a link, dude. Yeah, I shared a link.
I see. Okay. I needed that explanation. So.